afternoon and welcome back to WCSM's General Store with me, Sheila Stephen, your host. Also, Kurt Durnall, Bill Williams, and Mark Raper. Hey, guys, how's it going?
Hey, pretty fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing great, it's hard to believe we are second week of February, and
2023 moving on through.
It's going to go so fast. The older you get, the faster it goes.
But it's another day closer to spring.
That's true.
So
always the positive.
You got to sit there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But just remember, spring always comes at the end of March. I don't care what the furry animal says.
I agree.
Or the knife and the spoon, or the
that's for snow, and everybody freaks out about that in the fall, headed into winter. But spring is always like March 21st,
somewhere,
something like that. I think. I don't know why I'm looking at Bill.
Don't
but
look
it's
at
something
me.
like that.
Whatever you do, don't look at me.
Something like that. So
I usually just go by spring training for baseball. That's when my official spring is.
Are you a baseball fan? Now, last week we talked football, and then of course a lot of basketball. Are you also a baseball fan?
I love baseball. I'm not really like a one team kind of guy, but I love.
I thought you were Yankees.
I am a Yankees fan.
Well,
but
like one team to me.
And watch.
But I love baseball. Just going to the park, whether it's a single A. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter to me.
Is it more about the experience then, or do you really like baseball?
I love baseball. And there's a team in Terre Haute, the Terre Haute Rex. I don't know if you're familiar with them.
Like dinosaurs.
Welcome, Terre Haute Rex. Yeah, it's. I think they're a college team.
I bet it's hard for them to bat, isn't it? I know it is for me, and my arms are about the same length as a T-Rex.
They got a large strike zone.
Of course, to the Terre Haute Rex organization, the opinions of Mark and Sheila are not necessarily those of the General Store.
I didn't name your team.
So
I'm sorry. I couldn't pass that up.
Totally. I'm sure they have heard that before.
Yeah, I'm
sure.
Especially on bad nights.
Yes, right, exactly.
But it's fun to go watch them.
Do you ever go to the Indians?
I do.
Oh, you do?
I go to Victory Field. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. And went to Fenway Park. I know you've been to Fenway
it's
before.
very nice.
All the hype that you hear about Fenway, totally true.
I'm sorry. I'm not a baseball fan. Where's that at?
Boston.
Yeah, no, have no clue.
That's amazing.
Now, let me tell you, I will say this though.
Are you
American?
Mediocre minds.
No, I'm a Hoosier. I like basketball.
Okay, you're right. No, we're good.
But I will say this. I do have a favorite baseball facility or baseball field or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It is Danny Smith out in Unionville.
Yeah.
I like the little leagues. I like me some little league baseball.
The pure.
Yes.
Pure. Yeah. They're out there.
Big fan of that, but
it's fun.
Yeah. Once you get past that,
Did you play Little League Baseball?
I did.
And that was in up in
Knightstown. Knightstown, Indiana. Yeah.
I played.
Yeah.
Yep. We were on the Dodgers.
Bill, you played baseball? I think most young boys did, or little boys you did.
My wife played Little League Baseball.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not.
We're all Americans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you not play?
No.
What in the world? Did you ever play wiffle ball?
Did they have girls teams back when you were growing up, though?
No.
Because that wasn't.
No, and I don't even think girls played on the boys' teams when.
No, they did. Yeah, they did. In Bloomfield.
Well, they did.
They did. Yeah.
No doubt.
We had some girls that were really good.
I don't remember any girls. When I would go and watch my older brothers, Randy and Rick, play, I don't remember there being any girls, and there were not any girls' teams, and I don't even remember there being any girls on their teams. But that probably wasn't too far off in the future, I'm guessing. But love me some Little League. I spent a lot of summers at Danny Smith watching my brothers play baseball. Very, very good memories.
The parents can be rough at Little League games.
They get worse every year.
I was going to say not now. I mean, not back then. It was great.
You're right.
But
back then it was, hey, the umpire called it. Nobody's beating down the door to get to the umpire's position and take do what he's doing.
Exactly.
You listen to him, and that's it. That's life.
I just saw a clip on social media this week. It was a younger kid, probably 20s, was umpiring a game, and I think it wasn't necessarily Little League. It might have been like the next not high school, but
We
you know
used to
that.
call it Babe Ruth, but I don't know what
that's
it's called
right.
now.
That's what it
Yeah.
is. Babe Ruth. That Babe Ruth, I think, age frame. And the parents were being horrible, and he said, "Shut it down, or I'm going to shut it down." And he was like, "All right, game's over." He just called the game.
I back him 100%.
I absolutely do too.
There's
Don't blame
Yep.
there's nobody. I mean, if you have an umpire who's willing to come out and call your kids' games,
Right.
they're human. They may make mistakes, but let's get over ourselves just a little bit.
Let's get some
here.
perspective.
Okay,
It's a
please.
game,
Yes, and they're kids.
and they're kids. This is
So
not like,
chill out.
they're not
There are no college
recruiters.
there to watch them.
Exactly.
So,
I just
you know.
Even if there
boggles
were,
the
you
mind.
still don't need to be a jerk.
Exactly.
But you know what I
You're
mean?
exactly
Like,
right. It boggles. I support him 100%.
I applauded. I
Absolutely.
was watching him on my phone on a social media app
Yeah.
or whatever, but I was like, good for you.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're being mean to the people who actually show up to work.
Right.
What's up with that? I mean, you actually have people who come in to work, and you're going to treat them bad. Why would you treat anybody bad anyway? But you got people who actually will show up.
Right.
Come
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
we can do better.
And we're not really I mean, a lot of people would disagree, but I don't think we're a baseball state. I think like Florida, California, Texas, because they have the
Right.
all weather, they
True.
can play all year. But we were trying to name players the other day from India that made the MLB. Don Mattingly,
First one that comes to mind.
and then the
From
guy from
Evansville.
Jasper, Scott Rowland.
Yes, he played at IU.
No, he helped coach a little bit.
Coach at
but,
IU.
he was from Jasper. I don't know if he played college.
I don't
ball.
think so. I think
He not even went straight to
pros.
Cardinals, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then
There's one from
is Tommy John? Was he from Indiana?
there's one from Petersburg that went to the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Gil Hodges.
Gil Hodges.
Oh, yeah,
yes,
that's right.
So that's
Go, Bill.
Yeah.
But you think
Pulling out
of
all the names.
the
Well, he's old,
thousands and
so-
thousands of little leaguers we have every
Yeah.
year that are playing, and look at the percentage that actually
Yeah.
make it. I mean, you have to be very, very good to make the
let's
majors.
keep a perspective here. on
Yes.
what's important.
For sure. Yeah.
And how important is it to act not an idiot in front of your kids?
Right.
I mean, what legacy are you leaving them, and how
Yeah.
to treat people? Whether that's an umpire or whether that's a police officer.
I
or
just
whatever,
really admired how
so-
this kid handled it, because now I'm also of a mind though that if you sign up to be an ump or a ref, you
Yes.
know what you're going to get.
Absolutely.
You can't
Absolutely.
have thin skin either.
Right.
There's definitely a fine line. I mean, like
Yeah.
you're
Right.
going to get some of it. You need to be able to take some of it. But I really loved the fact that he just didn't even play. It's not like he cried about it. He gave him a warning. He'd taken it, and now I'm out. You can explain to your kids why
Yeah.
their game got canceled or whatever because you couldn't keep your mouth shut. So
It's
this
real
is on you.
simple.
Right.
I mean, he wasn't asking him to, bale hay or cure cancer or anything. He just
Right.
asked him to be respectful.
Yeah.
And shut it down.
I don't care if you want to yell a little bit and you don't agree with but whatever they were doing was
Yeah.
like he felt they were getting, all right, now it's kind of escalating. It's getting a little bit out of control. So he's like, okay, we'll just call it. So
There you go.
there's what you
100%.
get. You get what you get. You don't throw a fit, right?
That's right. Amen.
So,
Words to live by.
exactly. for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so here we are. Like we're pretty close then to
Spring training. So it's
right?
usually what pitchers and catchers report first, and I think it's towards the end of next month, maybe. I can't remember, but that's back to the point. That's when I declare spring.
Well, I want to say February. I kind of remember. Don't the college start playing games?
February.
Spring games are
May a few in the college.
Like
could
late.
be.
I can remember IU having their first games like late February when we would carry them.
Right. Not in Bloomington, but
No, correct. Yep.
in warmer places. If there is there warmer places in Bloomington?
Well, probably, maybe not.
I mean,
Yeah.
perspective again. If you're from northern Canada, then
Yeah,
Bloomington's
Bloomington's
tropical.
probably pretty nice.
we used to be, of course, when UCLA and USC joined, that's going to change. But we used to be the furthest south campus in the
That's
Big
right.
Ten.
That's right.
So we were
Can
the
you
warmest.
believe? So what are we at now? We're at 12. Is that right?
No,
No,
we're at 14.
right
We'll be
now.
at 16.
No kidding. Are we really still calling ourselves the Big Ten?
we really are.
Oh yeah,
I don't get it. I really don't get it. Just change it already. I mean, what's the point of this?
So you'd rather hear the Big 16?
The Big 16.
Okay.
I think
The Big 1-6.
just move it to 20. And,
Right.
Yeah.
Let's just
future
double
expansion.
it. Right.
Exactly.
Let's
Yeah.
just double it. I
Right.
say the Big
double,
2-0.
The double Big Ten.
Yep, there you go.
You may see a day when there's only 3 or 4 or no conferences anymore.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable how much things have changed since we were growing up.
Yeah.
I mean, when we were growing up, the Big Ten, you played 9 other teams.
Right.
Twice.
Right.
Yes.
That was
Yeah.
18 games.
Home and
Now
away.
you can't get all
Home
the
and away.
You can't get all the
You
games
can't
in.
get- no.
Or
You
all the
can't.
teams in.
And you have to get them in early December to get to get most of them in, and
Right.
then you go back to playing your out of conference schedule. Then you go back to the conference schedule.
It's all money.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
That's
I
a
don't know
rumor.
if and
a
I don't
rumor.
know if you've heard this or not before, but the love of money is the root of all evil.
Yeah.
I mean, not money.
It might be in the
No,
Bible.
no, money
not
is
money.
not. Money's good. It's a gift from God.
Yes.
But we're supposed to be good stewards of it.
That's right.
Right. He
That's
gives
right.
us everything that we have. He, part of our provisions or whatever. But it's when it's mammon, right? It's when you start worshiping
Yeah.
the money or what the money provides you or what you can go buy with the money.
Right.
Then now it's
That's
not good.
not good.
So yeah, the love of money. And a lot of
Love
people get
money.
that wrong.
They do.
Yeah.
They get it wrong.
Money's bad. People shouldn't have money. Rich people are bad because rich
No.
people are okay as long as
Right.
they're doing the right thing with their money.
You got it.
So
Doesn't seem that hard.
really doesn't. Just read your Bible.
Now there's an argument.
Oh, the Bible. Okay, I'll stop. But stay close. We've got more coming up on the General Store right after this. Welcome back to the General Store on this Friday afternoon. One thing we do like to do, because we're getting so much great feedback and support. Perry and I walked into Sam's Club the other day, just got in the door, and a guy spoke to us and was like, "Hey, I'm loving the podcast. Loving it. You guys are doing a great job." I'm like, "Really? You do?
Have you seen what I got to work with?
We are." So, I mean,
Did he have like bottle cap glasses
No.
on and he couldn't really see? Or,
no, but I hope I didn't act too surprised that he liked it. You know what I
yes,
mean?
You don't want to give that
Yeah, you don't
confidence
want-
up.
yeah. But anyway, so that was awesome. We're getting a lot of great feedback.
Well, of course you did.
Yeah. Well, why? Yeah. Exactly. Why wouldn't you?
Right.
Yeah, I didn't. None of that.
Yeah.
Who
We're
wouldn't?
getting a lot of great
We
feedback.
really are. We really are. Had a lot of good feedback at Bill's get together a couple months ago. Yeah, and folks were happy with us, and we even had some folks wanting to be on the show. Right?
oh, yeah,
Bill was
that's
beating them
right,
off with a stick. saying,
Right.
the studio's only so big. Guys,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
So,
There
but
you go.
I mean, we've already got a Kurt Durnall. I mean, there's not much room for anything else.
she's the only one that understands me.
It's true. It's true. So, so we thank you so much for your
Oh,
support
yes. Oh, my
and
gosh,
and
yeah.
and just the comments and just lifting us up and we have mentioned this before, and we will not stop mentioning it because we believe that God is guiding us in this. He was so good and faithful to us to bring us Mike and Carter, who are
That's what I was
producers.
gonna say. The comments I've been hearing are the production, how they like
Yes.
the production of the
Yes,
show.
they're doing such a great job
Yeah.
with that.
And you know that as an entertainer too.
Yeah.
I mean, your voice is incredible, but imagine your voice without everything.
Oh, the team.
The band, the team, the production, the
Absolutely.
guys plugging in the speaker, whatever else it takes.
Yep.
It takes a lot of things.
Well, a sound man or a sound engineer in the studio, what have you, they can make you or break you.
Yeah,
really.
absolutely.
In fact, nowadays they're making most of our superstars. A lot of the people now that we hear on the radio can't sing that good. I'm just going to be honest with you. Back in the day, they didn't have Pro Tools and where they could tune that auto tuning and all that stuff. You actually had to sing. That's why when you go see older artists, even up until their time of death, like Ray Price and all these people, they still could sing. Dolly Parton still can sing. That's not the way it is anymore. You'll go hear your favorite artist live and they're like, that doesn't quite really sound so much like the record. That's why. But
you're saying Tammy Wynette didn't have any help?
No, she didn't need it. Man alive, she was so good. But again, with Mike and Carter is so they can make or break this, and they're doing such a great job
they're awesome.
of making us look
good.
great and
That's right.
just seamless. So we really want to thank them, and
Absolutely.
God has blessed us by bringing them into our path for sure. And He's blessed us with you too. So we hope that you will continue to watch, continue to share with your friends and family, and share it on your socials and things like that. But we like to say hi and hugs to some folks. So you got some names for us?
Just
Kurt?
a few here that have taken the time to make comments or like you said, lift us up, and we really can't do this show without people lifting us up. If we didn't think anybody was
right,
was
wasn't
here
really
like it,
right.
we wouldn't have the confidence to come back every Friday to do this. So a big thank you to Jess Newland, Brett Daniel, Stelma Horn, Richard Holler, Wendy Reynolds, Beth Ann Dolly, December Erickson, Jackie McGinn, Carol Stubbs, Curtis Porter, Denise Huffman, and Mike Stenson. So
Did you say
you.
Brett Daniel?
I did.
I wonder who that is.
Hey, I'm not going to give it away, but if you want to give it away, give it away.
I was just curious.
Okay.
Do you know Brett Daniel?
Yeah. Might be a brother.
He's your brother, Brett Raper.
That's his 007.
And speaking of which,
Don't give away his stage name. What are you doing? I was not going to do it. No.
You said it was your brother.
No,
You said it was
I
your
didn't say his
brother.
last name, though.
I did. But speaking
Sorry,
of
Brett Daniel.
speaking of your brother, I'm just going to go ahead and tease this right now. So excited! Sometime in the month of March, rumor has it we are going to have legendary Lloyd Wood join us for this podcast. I'm so excited about this. I talked to Lloyd and asked him if he would be interested in joining us, and he's just such a great guy, just very humble.
And he's an Indiana legend.
He's a treasure.
wait.
And I told him, I said, here's what we're doing, da-da-da-da-da. And Kurt Durnall, your name came up the other day, and Kurt Durnall said he had never seen you perform. And Mark and I said that we thought
It's almost mathematically impossible.
We said, this is what I told Lloyd.
I can do things.
I said we basically called him a communist.
Yes. That hurt.
I'm beginning to wonder myself.
I mean, how can you not have
That could
ever grown up around here and not?
For the record, I did try to see him.
Here comes the
Here
excuses.
comes the defense. I did try to go see him last November at the Moose Lodge where he was scheduled to play.
Right.
And he changed his schedule that day. He had to be at the Covered Bridge Festival.
Oh,
that
okay.
day.
Mhm.
So I showed up and he wasn't there. So
it's Lloyd's fault.
It's at that time it was. That particular time it was because
you didn't just get up and go to the Covered Bridge Festival.
Kurt was there. So
anyway, so I talked to him and gosh, I've known Lloyd's. I mean, when I started singing in Bloomington, I was 17, and Lloyd was
Oh, yeah.
He'd already been performing for quite a while, but he was always, a hero, and I always looked up to him. And
quite as often as I should have. Little thing I should have said and done.
I
mean, I've performed with him
Right.
and all those things, but
Right.
I've never actually got to sit down. And that's what I told him. I said, I'm really looking forward to this because there's a lot of questions that I've never been able to ask you that I'm looking forward to just having that conversation.
Nothing's off the table then, right?
No.
Oh,
When they were
Looking forward to it.
Lloyd.
And I told him
Look out.
I told him he could bring his guitar or not, that I would leave that up to him, but we really wanted you to come and just sit and talk. And
I
so
hope he does bring his
I
guitar.
can't imagine he won't.
Yeah.
But anyway, so just wanted to tease that. That should be sometime in
Some of his
March.
costumes would be good too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah, when he played at the
Heard
Little
about those.
Nashville Opry in the '80s, that band, that sound, he was a lot of they were getting bigger draws than sometimes
sure.
the
Absolutely.
big stars
On Friday nights.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, because
Lloyd
they were
had a
just
great
so
show.
entertaining. You would die laughing.
Yeah. And so that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to go
Die
back
laughing?
kind of.
And that's where you were
Back in the day.
discovered, right? Weren't you discovered at the Little Nashville Opry?
Well, I mean, I did their talent show there and won, and then
No, I'm
that's
talking
when
about when Eddie Rabbit pulled you up on the stage.
Oh yeah. That was at the Little Nashville Opry.
That I knew you
Yeah,
probably
That
forgot about it.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Minor detail.
Yeah.
Minor
Me and
detail.
Eddie, my buddy Eddie.
Where was your first time to perform?
Well, my first time to perform was at Unionville in 8th grade at the spring concert. I sang a solo.
That was your
It
very,
was
very first time to be in
bred,
front of other
yes,
people.
by myself.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
What was the song?
Interesting.
I would give anything I own. Do you remember that song by Bread?
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yes.
to have you.
I do.
back.
I'm old. I remember it.
Everything I
Is
own.
that the one that but I won't do that?
No.
that's another-
Everything I Own, I think is the name of it. But
Okay.
that was what I sang.
Okay.
And then, of course, I sang the National Honor Society talent show at North. But the first time I actually sang
Professionally.
professional was the Red Barn Opry in Bloomfield.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
which is
That's
where
what,
I
how do
met
ask
your
the
brother
question,
and
Yeah.
you and
You were awesome. You absolutely tore it up, and the people just couldn't stop talking about that young girl from Bloomington. That young girl from Bloomington. She's just awesome. I mean, it was, and you were.
You're still
Well,
young.
Yeah.
okay,
How old were you? How old were you when you sang that?
16.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was
Yeah.
16.
Yeah.
So yeah, good stuff.
But you had that energy.
What, about 15 years
You
ago?
always had good stage.
Just
You
a
always
few
have
years.
good stage energy.
Well, thank you. That was a great band.
Yeah.
That was a great band.
Yeah, pretty
Shane
good.
and
Not bad.
Shane Coons put it together, and man, that was a good band.
Dale Combs used to sing. Do you remember Dale
Oh,
Combs?
of course.
Yeah.
I was with him at his house. He died of cancer.
Yeah.
Dale and I were very, very close,
Yeah.
and I got to go see him not long
He liked to
before he
sing
passed
Charlie
away.
Shoes.
He was amazing, great man.
Yeah, he was.
Ron Arnett was also. So we had so Dale Combs was the MC.
Yes.
But he played guitar and could sing acoustic guitar, and then our male star was Ron Arnett, and then it was me and Kara Sparks were the girl
Yes.
backup singers.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
And
Okay.
then there was Shane Coons on guitar, Tootle, Gerald was his name, Robertson, on hollow body,
that stringed
electric,
instrument.
yeah, electric rhythm.
Okay.
And then there was Brett
Brett Daniel.
Brett Raper on
Okay.
fiddle.
Or Marshall.
Back then. And
That's what he called himself when he was Dumpty Hall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brett Marshall.
And then we had Craig Coons was on drums at the
That's
time.
right. That's right. He was pretty young then.
Yeah, he was my age or
I did
about
not
6
know
months
Craig
younger.
played drums.
He started
Oh,
playing
he's a
drums
good
for me.
drummer.
No kidding.
So when
Very
I
good.
put my first band together,
He's a very good
he
drummer.
played drums, and he lasted one rehearsal. And because my dad had a bass, an old PV bass, and he asked my dad, he said, he picked it up and started fiddling on it, and not fiddling, playing bass on it. and,
Fiddling around.
and he said, if I can find you a drummer, will you let me play bass? And I said, absolutely, if you can find me a drummer. So he got me a drummer, and that's when he started playing bass, was for me. He's one of the best bass players in.
You
He's
know,
a
Well,
heck of a guitar player.
He could stand up to
No.
anybody in Nashville on bass.
Daddy sang bass.
Mama sang tenor.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Wow, that's crazy. So anyway, yeah, at some point through the podcast, I've got a lot of great music stories to share with you. Me and my bus, and
You've lived a great life. You really have.
I've been very blessed.
It's
God's
about
been good to
over,
me.
but
All this entertaining, and now you have your own clothing line.
Yeah, I'm making clothes now. What are the chances?
No, so
I actually did a little. Would tweak clothing for the stage back in the day, but I never sewed. Mom would sew. I would tell her what I want, and my mother was actually a seamstress. I'm not, but But now I'm actually sewing.
So you're making these clothes, but you're not a seamstress. So tell me, what are the qualifications to be a seamstress?
Like a really good seamstress, can use a pattern, and they can alter clothes. I'm not that. I'm more of like an artist. Like I can create. But I can use fabric to do it. So like I don't
like
make
this.
Yeah, but I take clothes that are already made and then I change them. So it's called upcycling or repurposing or what have you.
Okay.
But to me, that's more art and creating. I see something and I see, that could be something else.
You have a vision.
Yeah, so that's where it's at for me. It's a lot of fun.
Impressive.
So it's fun.
I've got a button missing on this shirt here. Do you think you can help me out?
I'll show you how to do it.
Okay. Great.
But yeah, I'm making a few little clothes now and stuff.
Okay.
So that's kind of my retirement phase. But anyway.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
Look at you.
hey, before we go, it's my job to tell you guys, remind you. Do you know what's coming up in 4 or 5 days? Really, guys?
Let me think.
Do we have to go into this?
President's
Day. I mean, that's so true. And that's important. Let's
It
talk
is.
about that.
Where would we be at without Washington and Lincoln?
That's right. That's right.
Not here, for sure.
Exactly.
In fact, I think they'd be shocked at where we're at right now.
Yes.
I'm sure they may have already rolled over a couple times.
Absolutely.
Oh, no.
Spinning.
They're spinning.
They are
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. Really?
Yep. They
It's a
say-
republic if
we
you can keep it. That's as in the words of
Right.
Ben Franklin.
He said we set it up perfectly for you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Okay. Enough of
So,
that.
yeah.
Change subject.
So, Valentine's Day doesn't look so bad after that, does it? So,
Okay.
Valentine's Day, don't forget, guys.
Okay.
Yeah. So what is it that we're not supposed to? What exactly?
That we're not supposed to forget.
I mean, you don't want to forget, for your wife. Obviously, you don't want to be in the doghouse. But what? Tell us, if we have time. What do you expect on Valentine's Day? Just remember. Just hey, I remember. I love you.
I don't like flowers because they are wasteful. Yeah, I don't like that. But, a gift card, a big one. To like Hobby Lobby or Joann Fabric.
Right. So $10 gift card, totally do it. Right. 20
times.
You're killing me here.
Yeah. No, but yeah. So
70 times 7.
But no, you should 70 times 7. I like it.
Wow.
Which, by the way, I'm glad you mentioned that. We're in the 70 times 7
I
studio.
know.
I
Yes.
got to get used to that,
Yes.
but because I love that.
Do they
I
make
do
a $490 gift card from
$490.
Hobby Lobby?
Oh yeah, they'll give
They'll
you
do
as
that.
much
They'll
as
do
you
it.
want. So, but don't go by what I want.
Right.
What you should know your wives enough.
Right.
to
Really?
know so what?
Way to put me on the spot.
Do your wives like flowers?
My wife does.
Yes, she does. I think she's with you.
If
though.
she doesn't, she lies very well when I get them for her.
Right.
Oh, okay, well,
Right. But they do. They die.
No, I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
she does.
They die. They're very expensive, and they die.
Yep.
So, I'm messing with you. We like the gift cards, and usually Lori and I save all the present stuff for
Yeah.
a trip.
A big
We
yeah,
just
nice.
we go on trips.
Yeah, I
We
like
go on
that.
trips. So we know, and there's no pressure really between us.
That's
or
what
she
we
says
did.
there's not. Anyway.
That's what we did for Christmas this year.
So.
Big trip.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
Very, very good. All right. Well, don't forget.
Yeah, don't mess it up,
McDonald's.
guys.
She doesn't have to cook.
What were we talking about?
Hey, I'd be okay. I'm a simple girl. I'd be okay, more than okay, if Perry took me to White Castle.
There you go. I love White Castle.
I think
Me
it's
too.
I think that's a big deal at White Castle. I really do.
It's
I'm
kind of
serious.
become.
They have to reserve tables. I'm not kidding.
No, it really.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's a
kind of
big
become
deal.
this whole thing.
Yes.
It's a thing.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Marianne would kill me.
Because
Well, we're not
On the 15th, you'd be.
It wouldn't work.
You'd be in trouble.
Oh, I would be
But
smothered to death.
Renata kind of gets it, so we usually go the day before, the day after. So So because we like the less crowd.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I think it would be so fun. I would kind of get a kick out of Perry taking me to White Castle on Valentine's Day.
I could see a girl from Unionville doing that.
That's God's country now.
I have so many good memories of White Castle.
Oh, I
growing
love
up.
White Castle.
When we lived in Knightstown, we would come to Bloomington, and we never missed the one. It was right there at US 40 and near 465, 37.
Used to, you'd have to drive to Indy to the White
Yeah,
Castle.
you're
Now there's
right.
still there's one in town.
You're
But
exactly right.
yeah, very good.
Good stuff.
All right,
Love it.
great memories. Love it. Well,
Yeah.
okay. We hope you loved it too, and we appreciate you joining us. We hope, if it's the Lord's will, we'll be back next Friday to do it all again here at the General Store from the 70x7 studio.
That's right. That's right. Very good, Sheila.
Got it that time. Thanks to Mike and Carter for producing, and for Kurt and Bill and Mark, I'm Sheila, and this has been WCSM's General Store. We'll see you next time.